Our first match tonight is going to be, and I regretfully have to say these names, the Chuds versus Skibidi Toilet. It is going to be some players that you might recognize, actually. Pineapple on the side of Skibidi Toilet. He's played an invite before on the other side of the Chuds. You got Slug Mundo, Raven, who's been in invite a couple times now and has been a player on the rise, actually, kind of going all the way from RGL newcomer and amateur straight into RGL invite. But it seems like we are going to
We're
be
going
going
quick. Okay, okay.
live. And this is going to be the very first match of the Horse Run Monthly Series. Before we get to mid on the rollout, Sir Jaden, I got to press you for a prediction.
Ooh, I am going to honestly, I'm going to predict a Chud sweep here. I'm feeling good about the Chuds here, especially with how they're rolling out. Soldiers coming out pretty quick here. Gonna put pressure on the demo already for Skibidi Toilet, but both sides coming out. Looks like the Chuds is going to try to make a right side rotation, and Skibidi Toilet is still looking for an angle here. The Soldier's going to get very low. Looks like Eddie's going to go down.
Yeah.
The Chud's still making some great space here, and looks like they're going to be able to push Skibidi Toilets out of choke. And yeah, they get a couple more picks, and they're going to have to back out pretty much all the way to last year. The Chuds is already looking to roll straight through to second, get their Ubers up, and then play, hopefully, even for a dry push here if they can play fast enough off these picks.
Yeah, you can already see they're immediately in on last, but Demo Man, Slug, he's locking out that spawn door, but they're gonna use the Uber very aggressively, walking forward. They want to try and cat out maybe some of these overextending players on the other side, but now the counter Uber can be popped off. Raven gonna be walking in through one, taking a lot of space and doing a lot of damage, getting some good early kills. The soldiers shooting each other in the sky. That's gonna be another taken down. There's only gonna be 3 up for the side of Skibidi Toilet. Gamble, not long for this world, and that is gonna be a first easy quick round for the Chuds.
Yeah, that was a very, very smooth first round for them. They played the mid very well, pushed Skibidi Toilet out of choke and got some picks along the way. And then they were, Skibidi Toilet wasn't able to get the force off, even though they thought the Chuds were going to push in. The Chuds kited it perfectly, and then they played off their Uber advantage and won that first round. So we're going to see what's going to happen on the second mid. Once again, Dam going in very fast with this bomb, trying to get the early pressure on the demo. And once again, they're both slowly making space here, slowly rotating. Looks like they're both trying to get to the right. Scout's playing the height. Nobody's taking much aggression yet, but high bomb from the Soldier. Just gonna fade. Another bomb coming in from Eddie. Looks like he's gonna do another fade as well, but the demo's gonna get caught out. Slugmundo is gonna go down, and this might be it for the Chuds mid. They're still thinking about contesting here, but they're just gonna play it slow. Skibidi Toilet as well, just gonna play their numbers, but not really taking a lot of space here. And Chud's realizing that, still gonna keep trying to bully them out of choke. And looks like they're, oh my goodness, a great double bomb as Dam comes in from behind and forces the med and drops almost the entirety of Skibidi Toilet's team. They're going to end up winning that mid.
Yeah, and the medic not being able to get out to safety. Dam was on the chase and cleans them up over by 1. I have to shout out the medic Luddy because he hit a very clutch arrow onto one of his soldiers that kept him alive while he's popped up in the sky. Now, they're still going to have their own 100% Uber charge to go in here onto last. They're just choosing the doorway. It's going to be 3. They're making their way, and they take so much space for free without having to use, and they immediately get on the point. That's going to be the second round almost as quickly as the first one. And Sir Jaden, your prediction was, at least so far, incredibly correct. The Chuds are making a very quick work of their opposition for the moment.
Yeah, very explosive start for the Chuds right now. Skibidi Toilet seems like they're kind of having a little bit of trouble finding their space, their footing on these mids. Every time, yeah, Dam comes in with the fast soldier bomb and puts pressure on that demo, and they kind of all just get corralled in a choke. No one's really trying to rotate, and looks like Chud just sees that, and they go in. They pretty much keep the pressure up with the spam without really having to rotate as much, waiting for anyone to get caught out. Pretty much, yeah, Gamble goes down, and now Soldier's going to go in with the bomb, but they lose 2. That was an amazing air shot right there. And once again, Skibidi Toilets is going to lose that mid. They're just kind of dropping players and not really taking as much space as the Chuds are.
Yeah, unfortunate for Skibidi, their medic was super weak on that mid fight, so he had to back out early through sewer. Now the soldiers from the
Ooh,
Chuds
quick
getting
bomb
in and
coming in.
immediately
Ooh,
get in onto the medic. Damn, once again, just
beautiful.
hitting some
And the
amazing
demo.
rockets. Matt falls up. Can the opposite soldier do? He does so much damage. He does get the force out onto Luddy, and that might be a little bit of a saving grace here because they did lose their medic, but they did get the counter force out, and they have a sentry gun up on the point, so it's going to make it very difficult for the Chuds to try and drive fight this. They are going to try and do so. Slug already walking in, takes down the sentry gun. They're getting a lot of good cap time onto the point, and they're just going to cap it up regardless. That was maybe a silver lining for Skibidi Toilet, but they weren't able to hold on to the point long enough, and that's going to be a third round in a row for the Chuds.
Yeah, once again, the Chuds just learning to play that moment, or just they know how to play that momentum really well. And even when they get the force, they understand that they have the picks and immediately go for the dry push into last, take advantage of it. And Skibidi Toilet was just not able to get the space on that last. Once again, we're going to see the Chuds taking a lot more space here early on the mid. It looks like both teams, once again, just kind of waiting for each other's bombs. Double bomb coming in from Skibidi Toilet. Looks like they're going to find a kill on a scout and a soldier. But looks like they're also going to trade two for that. So kind of even. Oh, Luddy's going to get caught out almost, but the demo saves him. Scout is not able to get the kill. And once again, both teams actually just evening out here, backing up. Finally, Skibidi Toilets wins a mid. The double bomb from them was enough to push the Chuds out. Even though they lost a few, the Chuds recognize that they probably should just let them have the space. They're already 3 up. They're just going to slow down here. They don't need to take any huge risks or play short-sighted.
They don't need to do anything like that. An opportunity, like you said, for them to slow down the game because for them, it's basically been a roll from the Chuds this whole entire time. So now Skibidi Toilet have an opportunity to try and set the pace as they're going to be making their way out to Al-Qaeda. We do have a fade bomb coming in from one of his soldiers over by Choke. He's just going to back away and get re-healed. Now the full bomb coming in. Did some good damage. It's going to do a lot, but oh my god, and then math hitting the incredible wall bugs right there, but that's going to be a call for them to crest forward onto the medic, surfs away to safety. They are going to lose two. Big Bank and Dam both going to be going down there. So really great aggression coming out from the Chuds. Expert kind of wall bugging from math there to stay alive, but now Skibidi Toilet once again with their soldier. An amazing surf from Lady to stay alive there. If he hit that any worse, he could have gotten air shot, but was able to stay up. Still has the Uber, and both these teams still in the same position even throughout all this chaos.
Yeah, the Chuds here, amazing defense from that double bomb. They lost 2 trying to push into Choke initially, so they tried to back up, and the Skibidi Toilets tried to take advantage of that with the double bomb, and it did not end up working. So the Chuds are going to push back out here on even, just trying to make a dry push. Soldier bombing in, trying to get behind, trying to draw some eyes, but once again the Chuds are just playing this slow. They end up losing 2 though, a scout and a soldier, so they're gonna back up and give Skibidi Toilets the space. Once again, they're just gonna take it slow, but Skibidi Toilets might be looking to take an exchange here off these picks. Soldier bombing in for potentially the force. They're gonna get it, and Skibidi Toilets is gonna have a much better Uber here as well as the picks. So looks like the Chuds are trying to get any type of damage or out before they leave, but they're going to actually end up holding here once it evens out. And, oh, wow, they're going to take another dry fight here. The Chuds, they do not fear. They're just going to keep taking these dry fights on even. They know they have the advantage on Skibidi Toilets. They know they've had a lot more confidence in taking space, especially on the mids.
Oh, their demo was caught out.
Oh, my goodness, double bomb.
Puro gets taken down, and one by one they all fall. It's only going to be 3 left alive for Skibidi Toilet. They have to give up so much ground to the Chuds. They're all the way back on their last, and what was looking like such a promising round for them in comparison to the past 3 that they have lost in a very quick succession, and they are now in the same place that they've been so many times before. It is a little bit better for them because it is going to be even Uber, so they have a bit of time to set up some solid defenses. You know, they got to heavy up. They can maybe get someone up on Engineer, Gamble up on the Sniper, and maybe try and get a cheeky pick. But you already see Raven trying to poke in, scope out where these defenses are. We have 2 people over on the flank, over by 5, rushing in, maybe see if they can get some space. They're getting a lot of cap time onto the point instead, maybe trying to force out the Uber. If things don't go uncontested, they are going to be able to get those 2 picks. Everyone on Skibidi Toilet, and so they are in a position to maybe try and go for some type of counter attack. They have to go quickly here, and they are going to send their soldier Ooze out through 2, but he doesn't do anything, gets immediately cleaned up. So now they're just going to head right back to their last, and you can already see, Sir Jaden, that Big Bank is up on the sniper.
Oh, but the demo going down, and they're also going to lose a soldier on the side of the Chud, so maybe they're going to use this as an opportunity to peek or maybe get another counter sack once their spawners are up. They have no traps to worry about, so Demo's going to press this too, but they're going to lose their demo as well on the side of Skibidi. So now the Chuds, they might be looking to go for a push here. Yeah, they're looking to walk in the lobby, maybe go through 5. Skibidi Toilet has to be ready here for either another counter sack. Oh, looks like they're peeking through 3 and 4. But once again, they try to work their sniper, and it's not enough.
It was not enough.
Looks like the Chuds is still trying to, take this a little slower, trying to find more of an opening to push off of. And Skibidi Toilet's still just playing this last. We might see the sniper. Oh, no, we're going to come back to the soldier.
Yeah, they're just, taking
stalemating.
Yeah, they're stalemating right now, just trying to figure out how the best way is to try and approach this last point, because when you've got the sentry gun up, you want to try and take it down, but the problem is sometimes, as they do have both their soldiers over by 2, try and do exactly that, they are going to be successful at it, but you have to send your sack almost immediately, because you can already see a sentry gun is already back up, and it denies Dam from getting in cleanly, so that's kind of the thing about taking them as sentry gun. You have to almost immediately send your sack as soon as you have it taken down, because otherwise, if the engineer is ready, he can rebuild it almost instantly. So unfortunately for the Chuds, they kind of figured that one out the hard way. Still, with an opportunity, 1 minute 20 left on the round timer before we head into a round reset if they aren't able to figure something out. So they do have a bit of time to play if they can maybe try and send some counter sacks or get someone up on and off class. But as we're into almost sub 1 minute now, the pressure's on them a little bit to try and make something happen here.
Yeah, definitely the pressure is on. Looks like once again Slugmundo's going to go down from oversending a little too bit, not being supported by his team, and Skibidi Toilet's going to use that as an opening here to maybe get, once again, they get 2 picks here, so they're definitely going to look for an opening to counter sack. Soldier in upper IT, and Demo is going to be spamming them from lower, but it looks like they're drawing eyes, but it's not enough as the Soldier gets caught out, and now he's getting pushed all the way to mid as the Demo just catches him out. Skibidi Toilet still trying to push out here, but once they lose that Soldier, they're just going to back up here and keep trying to play it safe. They're already down 3. They're most likely just going to try to time this out and reset it to mid so they have a better chance of winning here.
Yeah, and if you're on the opposite side, if you're the Chuds, you have an opportunity for one last push to try and force it out, take the even Uber exchange, and just hope that you win the post-DM fight afterwards, as 10 seconds left should be enough time for them to get in, and Raven is going to do that, leading the charge. Hasn't taken down the sentry gun just quite yet, but he does get the counter force out. I don't think anything else is going to be able to come from it, as we are heading to a round reset. So still going to be 3-0 in the favor of the Chuds, but I guess if you want to look at a silver lining for Skibidi Toilet, it is the fact that, instead of losing a round, they technically tied a round. So if that's the progression they're on right now, Sir Jaden, theoretically they should win this round.
Yeah, 17 minutes on the clock. They still have a lot of time to make it back. If they're able to turn this around and start taking rounds as quickly as the Chuds were initially, then we could see a much closer game here. But it looks like the Chuds early, the Soldier's going to be going into IT, maybe trying to make a play here early. With both teams just feeling each other out. Soldier goes down on the side of Skibidi Toilet, and the Scout is going to be very low. It looks like they're going to elect to leave here. And yeah, if players just going down, Demo almost caught in sewer. Looks like he's going to be finished off, and it's almost a complete wipe on the side of Skibidi Toilet's Med, almost barely going down from Math, but he is going to make it out, thankfully. So they will at least once again have even on this last hold, but we're going to see if they're able to continue to hold from the Chuds sacks, or maybe Chuds will be able to find an opening here or bring a different strategy, work their sniper better.
Yeah, they will now have that same, like you said, that same exact opportunity, because this is the exact same place that we were in only a few moments ago. The Chuds on the last point of Skibidi Toilet, trying to figure out a way to break into it. Even Ubers on the board, both medics being able to stay alive on that or during that mid fight. So now we have the sentry gun back up in the same exact place. No off classes just quite yet from the Chuds, so maybe just trying to see what they can do with their soldiers and scout in the meantime before kind of going. As they do get in through 5,
fast.
Dan makes a lot of space, but he's just being pinned by that sentry gun. The same thing for Big Bang, try to escape out through 5, not going to be able to do so. And we've seen them with this 2-man disadvantage being able to hold on to second very, very well, which is kind of the norm. If you got everyone in the right positions, you're able to lock down all of these doorways, as unfortunately Ooze was experiencing right there as he tried to get in. So now they do, however, have a cheeky off class up on the field. It is going to be a spy.
They're going to find Eddie.
Yeah, and with another player going down, this could be the chaos they need, as they're just going in, Jaden.
Wow, yeah, it looks like Skibidi Toilet, even after they got that sack, it looks like they're playing a little too far forward, as they're going to lose up to 3 players, and the Chuds are just going to use this advantage to go in without even using the Uber. The Uber's finally going to come out from both, or not even from the Chuds. They're going to kite this perfectly. Skibidi Toilet gets forced, and now the Chuds are about to walk in with a full Uber ad. They don't even need the spy.
They don't need the spy. Unfortunate for the spy, he got found out in heaven, and they. But I don't think they're really too, miffed about that at all. They, like you said, have now 100% Uber advantage to try and work in onto last point. So as soon as Big Bang gets back up and meets them, everyone nice and buffed up, they're going to be trying to figure out a way to work this Uber in. Seems like Raven just geeking the doorways, gets shot down very weak, and now that's going to be the call for the Uber to be taken in. They take down the sentry gun, want to try and lock down these doorways. They get some good cap time onto the point. The soldier's going to bomb it to try and block it for as long as they possibly can. Big Bang kind of flanking over towards heaven, distracting everyone, and that's just going to buy enough time for everyone else to get onto the point, making it a flow.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Not sure why, even after the sack, Skibidi Toilet was just playing a little bit too far forward and ended up dropping enough players for the Chuds to get in for an easy force, and that was pretty much the turning point that ended up losing them the round. But once again here we see the Chuds coming in very fast on the mids, but a quick double bomb, a triple bomb coming in from Skibidi Toilet. They're trying to find something here, but it's just not enough. They're not going to find any. Well, they do find the med, so it was semi-successful. They're gonna keep playing defensive here, but they end up dropping everyone but their scout. Looks like Pineapple's gonna try to run out with their med, and the Chuds is gonna look for a chase here to even things out. And the scout, Raven, is looking for the kill. He gets it. He gets the scout too.
Oh.
Raven is just farming. The Chuds end up winning that mid, even after a crazy triple bomb by Skibidi Toilets and all out. They were going for that med just by any means, and it wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough.
They were. That was a unfortunate for Just Call Me Joe or the medic on Skibidi Toilet, because there was maybe an opportunity that they could have gotten out and kept hold on to that Uber advantage that they had managed to generate for themselves, but Pineapple was just a little bit too focused on the soldier over by choke. He left his medic out to dry, and unfortunately Raven just came. We do have a little bit of scuffle as Chuds trying to make their way in onto second, taking some ground over by Sewer. They're over by Al-Qaeda. We have the bomb coming in from Ooze, but he gets denied by Raven. A clean 2-shot takes him down. Now the Uber being popped out on the projectiles, bombing forward. Gets a lot of space. They get onto the medic. Really great stuff from Dam. He's just had that medic's number this entire game. And being able to stay alive, is he going to be able to continue to do so? There's a wraparound through IT. The scout gets him. Expert flank coming out there from that scout. A Pineapple, I believe it was. Now he's on the high ground. I don't know if he's going to be able to win this 1v2. He's going to try and do so. His soldier comes in, saves him from the clutches of defeat. Slug Mundo might be caught out. The counter soldier bombing in. It's Dam once again, but he's not going to have the same success. Raven comes in to join the party. It is just a non-stop 1v1 fight right here on mid, as now another soldier comes in. Raven has had enough of it, backs up, but I don't know if the fighting is over, Sir Jaden. I think they want some more.
No, it looks like they're walking back in here. It's almost even Ubers. We're gonna have a refight here on mid, but once again, Skibidi Toilet, no, looks like they're gonna like to give them mid here and just let them take the space, because the Chuds had already come out very quickly and taken the position, so they're gonna even things out on second here. And we're going to see the Chuds actually make a rotation into Sewer, see if they can get a soldier through. He's trying to bomb from Al Qaeda, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to maybe do a fade. Oh, Soldier coming in from choke. Almost gets the Market Gardener, but it is not going to hit. But they get the med anyways. The spam was enough. This double Soldier bomb, this med, like you said, it having an extremely hard time surviving against the Chuds. Their bombs and aggression has been extreme.
Yeah,
and they have not been able to handle it. It's been, even when they get a great advantage and crumble on the Chuds, all it takes is a few players from the Chuds to have really good aggression. And once again, we see it coming in here with the full Uber ad. They're trying to stuff Skibidi Toilet into the right spawn. They get all 6 players, and that's a wipe. 5-0 for the Chuds.
That is a wipe for the Chuds, making it look pretty easy, pretty clean, pretty textbook from them. So definitely a squad to keep your eyes on for the majority of this tournament, as they're going to be continuing on. If you are, however, a fan of Skibidi Toilet, maybe you're a big Pineapple fan, or you just like those players. Don't worry, they're not out. They're just going to begin to the lower bracket, because this is, as we said earlier, a double elim tournament. So their dreams are not dead yet. They still got a fighting chance at winning that first place prize of we got the 500 big ones up for grabs. So it's a lot that these guys are playing for. And even aside from that, you always just want the bragging rights, because in the TF2 community, everyone basically knows each other. So it's always great to be able to say, I beat you in that tournament, that other day, as I'm sure they will do so. But we can take a little bit of a look at the logs to maybe see what stats they're going to be throwing around as they kind of talk about that. But regardless, Sir Jaden, what did you think of that match? I mean, it was just kind of really great play from the Chuds all the way through.
Yeah, the Chuds, like you said, they played it very textbook. Like I was saying earlier, even when it seemed like they were at, like, let's say, like a player disadvantage, and Skibidi Toilets was trying to make aggression, they just did not. They weren't able to stand up to their defense when trying to bomb in, and they weren't ready for the Chuds to try to even just re-aggress when they thought they wouldn't, when they thought they were at an advantage. And the Chuds really took advantage of that, along with their just speed and aggression. They pretty much were able to take that game very quickly. We have the logs up here. We're going to take a look at them here. Okay. All right, well, we have here.
I see some pretty insane stat lines. Raven, for one, 20-3, 20 kills, 3 deaths. Man was also top damaging in the server at 315, doing a lot of work out there. It's kind of like you said, the soldiers on the Chuds were able to get in onto the medic very, very often. But the same couldn't be said for the soldiers on Skibidi. Ooze and Eddie didn't have the same levels of success, and I think that's partially because Raven was just doing a really, really great job at denying them, making sure that Luddy was never in any real danger, just two-shotting all of those soldiers out of the sky whenever he needed to. And so Raven, definitely a standout player. I do want to give props as well to Pineapple, because he still had at least from a stats wise, good game. Nice 305 DPM, 14-9. But it's a bit lopsided, but that's kind of what you expect from a 5-0.
Yeah. I mean, just sometimes that's what you expect. You can't always get the craziest stats when you're trying to hold last a lot. So it's nothing that's super surprising. But like you said, the great performance from Raven, the 20-3 coming out from him. Definitely going to have to watch out for him for the rest of this tournament. Teams that are playing up against him, you might want to keep an eye on him, because he is going to be a threat for sure in these upcoming games.
Yes, as they are going to be continuing on in the upper bracket